Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I got another crazy current events video. I got a nice GT Online video coming out tomorrow, so make sure to check that out when that's out. But anyways, remember what I said the other day? I said this isn't over, this is just gonna keep going. And apparently it happened once again. Once again, you had protesters that are now doing vandalism, and this is by far, this example right here, I wasn't going to make a video about this originally, because it was just, a bunch of dumb people, again, doing something stupid in a museum or in a public place. But then when I saw exactly what they did specifically, they threw cake at a wax figure statue of King Charles. And the reason that this is so stupid, this is so idiotic, it's one of their dumbest things they ever done, is because it's who they did it to. It's not the fact that he's the king, but it's the fact that King Charles is like the most pro-green energy policy monarch that Britain has ever had. He has talked about climate change for many years. He's talked about it so much. And for these idiots to actually throw a piece of cake on his wax figure statue tells me that they have absolutely no idea about any of Charles's ideas or any of Charles's proposed policies. But anyways, let's take a look at the video here.
Time for words, this is time for action. Ladies and gentlemen, stop! In the words of the king.
But anyways, guys, take a look at this. This is what I got when I searched about Charles and his green policies on Google. Charles gave his first speech on the topic in 1970, revealing an interest that has evolved over the past half-century. He has used his public persona to advocate for forest, soil, ocean, and biodiversity conservation, and has pushed businesses to invest in programs to preserve and value nature. And then, if you actually scroll down, there's actually even more. There's 10 actions we must take to drive the green, 10 actions that we must take to drive the green recovery. And there's just so many links that you can see specifically about Charles and speaking against global warming, speaking about climate change, speaking about what to do. And yet these morons, these complete idiots, these fools, go into a museum, and for people wondering where this happened exactly, this actually happened at the Madame Tussauds, London, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, museum. They came in and they just, hit his wax figure statue with the cake. So let me get this straight. You people, your goal is to get rid of, fossil fuels, transfer to renewable energy, just green policies, which, like I said, is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's how you go about getting there. It's your protest to get that message across. Like I said, this is apparently what all the cool kids do nowadays, is, when you don't get your way, you go and you commit acts of vandalism. You glue your hands to the floor, you glue your hands to the wall in the museum, you literally throw mashed potatoes and tomato soup at precious works of art. You throw paint at government buildings. This is apparently the new way to protest. And this technically is not a protest because, like I said, this is illegal, what they're doing. This is vandalism or trespassing, or it's even both. But yes, it's trespassing when you're in a museum and you refuse to leave and you don't leave. That is trespassing at that point. But, these idiots do it thinking that it's somehow going to help their cause, and they're doing it mainly for attention, which, as I said before, it is giving them attention, to be fair, but it's not good attention. It's not the type of attention that people that you want. It just makes people not like you and not like your cause. And the monarch, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not, I don't know much about monarchy. I'm an American, but the monarch, as I understand it, is supposed to be, a cultural symbol of the country. So the monarch is supposed to be somebody that unites the entire country, regardless of your politics, regardless of your views. Is somebody that's supposed to unite the country, and I'm not sure how much power the monarchy in Britain exactly has. I know they have some power, so I'm not going to go into that, but it's the fact that the king the king of your country supports your policies, supports your message. Charles obviously doesn't support the vandalism, but he supports, green energy policies. He's against global warming. He's against climate change. He wants to transfer to renewable energy. And yet the guy who's, the monarch of your country who supports your message, supports the goal of your organization, not the vandalism, like I said, but the goal of the organization, and you're gonna do this to his wax figure statue. The guy who can really, get the message out there on that. What a bunch of absolute morons. What a bunch of idiots. And remember, guys, it said since 1970. Since 1970, Charles has been talking about the environment. So he has been talking about the environment, about these green policies, before these idiots were even born. Oh my god. This is, like I said, these people are idiots. They are complete fools. I guarantee you, when they threw that piece of cake, when they threw that piece of pie at Charles's wax figure statue, they had no idea. I guarantee you, they didn't do any kind of research into Charles. They didn't know about his green policies and his ideas and all of that. And to be fair, I don't know all of Charles's policies, but what I do know about Charles is I know that Charles supports green policies and he's heavily against climate change. And I'm not even British, and I know this. And yet these morons do this. Yeah, that is really gonna help you. That is really gonna help your protest. That's really gonna help get the message across. The one guy who could have really made a difference. Charles is obviously not gonna change his mind or anything like that. He still has his views. Whether you agree with Charles or not, those are his views. But I wasn't going to cover this, guys. Like I said, I just thought that it was stupid. I've already done a few videos on these protests, but it was just about who they did it to. They did it to somebody who literally agrees with them. Not to the person, obviously, but to the statue. I'm just losing my track of thought here a little bit at the end. But my god, what a bunch of idiots. I think there should be stricter policies put in, and this is not the end, guys. This is just gonna keep going. But next crazy current events video, guys, I'm gonna try to cover something else, because we've done already 4 videos on these dumb people, and I didn't think that they could get even stupider, but they keep getting dumber and dumber and dumber each time. But let me know what you guys think. There's a way to protest, and this is not it. This is not how you go about protesting. Don't go into museums and, throw cake at wax figures. From what I've seen, the wax figure statue appears to be okay. So it looks like, they're going to be able to clean everything off of that. And also, what I'll tell you guys is, here's another, a fun fact for you guys. So, the museum where this has actually happened at, Madame Tussauds, you guys might remember, if any of you guys saw my playthrough a year ago, when I played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is actually my favorite game of 2021. And in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, the museum that is actually there, the museum is actually hundreds of years old. It's a very old building, I know that, in London, but it was called Madame Tussauds. I think that's what it was called in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, but it's obviously a reference to Madame Tussauds. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys had enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day.